Hey, darling. You can unmute yourself. This is going to be very intimate meeting. So you can actually, oh, I was thinking we talk all the time. We should be doing Zoom. I
That's true.
want to see your beautiful face. Oh, look at your hair. Show me. It looks good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks good. I love it. I love it. I
it's a
love
lot
it.
blonde.
And I love your glasses too. Those are nice glasses. Yeah, you look really cute.
I hear
Yeah.
the crickets are joining us.
Yes, those little frogs. The whole house is full of these little frogs. They get in everywhere. And you know where I'm moving to now? You can still hear them, but it's not as loud. Actually, it frustrates Zion. Like it's like too loud for him. It like he gets
Yeah,
berserk with it. He's like, I
drive.
can't, I can't leave the window open or the door open. He doesn't like it. It's like an alarm that keeps going
I,
off.
I think it would kind of drive me scared
What's
how I,
that? Mhm.
I said it's nice to hear like while you're out, but I know how it could be
Yeah. It took me a while to get used to. Like it's weird. When I lived in the city, I was so used to the noise that whenever I got into the countryside where there was no noise, I would feel uncomfortable
irritating.
because it was too quiet. And
Yeah.
then in Rhode Island, you can't hear a thing. It's dead, dead quiet. It sounds like you're dead. It's like you can hear where we live, you can hear a pin drop. It's dead quiet until the northeast wind, because we ride on the water, picks up, and then it's this howling sound.
Wow.
So when the northeaster picks up, it's just this howling, but it's a very eerie sound, like howling, eerie sound. And actually, where I'm moving to now is sort of like it's a little bit closer to that. It's like it's very quiet. It's very quiet, and then you hear the cedar trees. It gets more wind because it's on top of a hill, but there's a few big cedar trees, and they sway like on the land that I have upstate New York, where you hear the pine trees like sing.
Wow.
The trees sing. It's like it's really, really nice.
I, I've got like sky
Yeah,
shelter,
yeah,
shelter.
yeah. Yeah, so we put up this big trampoline today. Oh, I need to see Sonia is here. I want to just pull up Carol's email because she had a few suggestions. Um, let's see, here's Sonia. Hi, Sonia. Masa al khair. You can unmute and we want to see your face too. Oh, maybe she's not on a place too. You can talk, darling.
Okay, yeah. At first, it said the host wouldn't let me unmute. Yeah, I am not camera ready. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Just hearing your voice, we feel your presence.
It's so good to see you guys. I know I was like a lot of people can't come today, but I'm glad. Hi, Christiane. How are you?
But
Huh?
oh, let me.
It's hard on the phone. It's hard on the phone to see everyone.
Okay.
And Sonia is just talking.
Yeah,
Oh,
She
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah, yeah. She's like, I can't see her.
uh,
Well, it's good hearing you, Sonia. Are you?
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, you're right. Monsieur here.
Yeah. I said Teshbach al Khair for Deborah.
Yeah, Tisbaki Anakhir for good
Yeah,
night.
your pronunciation is much better. I sent
It's a
Muhammad
lot.
a birthday. I sent Muhammad a birthday song in Egypt. I sang in Arabic. I
Oh,
sang it.
you did. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got to get back to it. I've been so busy at work. I still haven't gone back to my
No,
lessons, but I miss
I've
it.
been, yeah, with the moving and all the trips. I've the last 2 months I've not been, yeah, two,
Yeah.
3 months. I've not been.
Yeah.
It's good just after Egypt, but yes, Carol, let me just admit her.
Oh,
And then I wonder
yay.
if Angela's coming too. I know
Oh,
Carol is coming.
yay.
Yeah. And then actually, yeah, I'm trying. I know Sarah couldn't make it.
And Joanna was with her dad.
Yeah,
And
she
Deborah
was,
lost
she's in
Flower.
Bermuda. Yeah, I didn't hear from Sophia. I didn't reach out to her specifically. Hi,
Okay.
Carol, you can unmute. Oh, I love the hair. What did you do with
Ooh,
it? I love the
sexy.
hair.
Well, it's short. It's
Oh,
short.
I
It's,
love
it's
it.
summertime.
It looks so
Summertime.
fun. Look at you.
Mhm.
It looks all,
Summertime.
it looks all funky. Wow. I love it.
Yes. Thank you.
Do you know if Angela's coming today?
I called her earlier.
You don't know? Okay. It might just be the four of us.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll send a recording to the rest because I knew a few people couldn't make it, but they want to listen to the recording and so on. But it's good to see your faces. So yeah. Well, we
Who
can.
has the crickets in there?
Oh, this is here. It's like little frogs. It's not really crickets, but this is what. This
Wow.
is when you're coming to Bermuda. This is your lullaby. This is what this is what will be putting you to sleep.
Okay.
It's a little, my son gets frustrated with it. I can't leave the windows open. It's too loud for him.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mm,
It's like
mhm.
too much for him. So
It's loud. Yeah.
it's very loud. It's something to get quite used to. So I got used to it now, so I'm like, I just tune it out. So yeah. Well, do you have a moment? So we'll just like tune in and then we can talk. So just
Mhm.
connect with your breath and I'll just bring the bowl. The crickets will sing along. Well, it's really little frogs. I forgot what they call them, but yeah, it's little frogs. They're very tiny. So just connect with our breath, the one breath with each of our sisters here, to your left and to your right. Those present, those that's gonna listen to this later, those that's just sending us love and thinking about us tonight. And we can just hold them in our hearts, and for this time, the time we spent together and how we've kept interweaving even though we left. We're still weaving, we're still making changes, we're still growing. There's still a rippling effect. Just connecting to your own heart and the breath and what you want to call in as an intention at the moment for being here tonight. And just we kind of like at the halfway point. Oh, there's a storm picking up too now, so we have water coming. You have all the elements here. It's all present right now. The wind, the water, the earth, and fire. So just connect with all those elements and In doing so, we also just anchoring in that sacred space and what we want to call for the next half of this year. We're kind of like in that midway point now. So much has transpired on a collective. So much shifting and letting go of and moving through and growing. So maybe just hold space for yourself in that and what you've let go of and where you've grown and what edges you've pushed onto. Just let all that sink in and integrate and still feel all the energy from all the temples. And that's British Airways going now too. You feel that energy as well. Just feel to the airs above, so below, feeling held by the nether room and all your sisters and the unseen and all the guides and ancestors and angels. As we continue on this path. Take another couple of deep breaths and just release it all out. Connect with the sun, that raw energy, and call in all that golden light. Feel it fill up your whole auric field around your body. That X-shaped field like 2 feet of your body. You can anchor that into the ground. The auxiliary cord, whatever comes in for you, it can be as creative as you like. It could be ankh, a string of jelly beans, whatever image is coming into your mind's eye. Just ground that in so you feel firmly rooted with the earth. Just take a few more breaths and then we can, I muted all of you, but we can, I'll just do 3 mahs and you can ma with me, although you're muted, but you can ma with me. And just feel that. That feels good. Now you can just slowly come back to this space and stretch yourself and slowly open up your eyes and I like to do Mars instead of ohms.
That was wonderful.
Well, thank you. Short and sweet. I don't know what I still have to put proper sound stuff on, so I hope the bowl Carol came over.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, good, guys. Well, it's good to see you. Yeah, so I'm just like feeling, obviously I've had some interest expressed for us to meet up again for a reunion. And we can do it here in Bermuda. Someone wants to come to Bermuda. It's a little bit of a shorter way to travel, but I know some of you that's living, well, all of you are living much further than the East Coasters.
Yeah.
So I think what I'm trying to discern, and I'm going to be taking notes, is really how long people were thinking of coming. And I have a few suggestions because I talked to some local people, and then I also have Carol's email open here, but I'm going to let also Carol speak because, you know, what I loved about our group was just how everybody, like, you know, it's like everybody had their own alchemy that they brought to it and added to our experience. And I love that. So obviously this is for all of us. So, you know, if you have ideas or suggestions and stuff, like Carol had some great ideas that she can share or I could share, and then we can put something together. So I was thinking like most people at least probably would want to come for 5 days, especially if you're flying as far as you do, or longer. But I was thinking Bermuda is not a cheap place. It's one of the most expensive places. You pay $20 for a watermelon.
Oh my God.
Oh,
That's
geez.
why the last time I was in Egypt, we were driving past this thing and I said to Mohammed, stop, I need to get a watermelon. A water is so expensive in Bermuda, I need to get a watermelon.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so it's not the cheapest place, but it's similar to Hawaii. I would assume it's similar to Hawaii. So yeah, so that's why I'm putting out feelers. I mean, obviously I'm moving off the island, the Oswego Island. So to your point, Carol, I can rent out this place. This place, because it's going back as an Airbnb, and it's like 1,550 a night, and it can sleep.
Oh.
It can sleep like up to 8 people. And obviously I won't need anyone to drive the boat because I can drive the boat. So we could all, depending on how many people are coming, we can all stay here. But that's what I want to feel. I want to feel into how long people want to come, who's really serious of coming. I have some ideas of more or less of a price point, because then I spoke to some local people. So besides some of the suggestions that Carol will get into of just some ceremonial things, I mean, obviously I know I once went to a retreat, a very expensive wild sacred women retreat in Hawaii. Now granted, I've never been to Hawaii. I went to Maui. It was a longer journey than flying to South Africa. I did a red eye to Los Angeles and then there. And I was like, all this money, all this way, I had like a 2.5-year-old at home. It was my first time just taking this time away from me. I was trying to stop breastfeeding. This was my way of trying to stop breastfeeding. Like, mommy's going, the boobie is going away. And I did a sacred ceremony to offer up my milk to so that I can't breastfeed anymore. And then but I went once to the beach. Once. Okay, granted we were naked, that was nice, but we went to this beach. But once I'm like, on our off days I wasn't allowed to go to the beach. I'm like, I flew all this way and I can't even see the beach.
Wow.
So I want to honor, have you experiences. So I have a couple of ideas. So let me just tell you. So I have a new friend here. He's Egyptian. He's from Cairo. He's a chef here at one of the big hotels. And I asked him, and he's invited me, he's cooked up Egyptian food for me and stuff. And I asked him, would you do a workshop for my group of, friends coming, if we could do a workshop on Egyptian food, Egyptian cooking. So he'll cook up the meals and demonstrate and teach us and talk about the meals as well, like a little bit of a history and stuff like that. And he was very excited. So I thought that would be great. And then my friend, she's like an Ayurvedic practitioner. And because I have a love, to your point, Carol, yes. Well, we have Love Circle every 2 weeks. So I'll plan it. So we have that where I do a sound bath and we do a yoga nidra. And it's a group of people in Spirit House where I do work too, offerings. They have, every weekend, they have something going. So there'll be something else on the island to attend to. But they do these 5-hour excursions to different sites at a different part of the island. We go to a cave and I can do sound healing in the cave, and then jump off a cliff, in the water, and you learn historical things about Bermuda, like cultural, historical, and social justice things, you learn a little bit of everything. And it's sort of like an excursion, half day, like 5-hour excursion. And then I can also get a boat that can take us around, a bigger boat, depending on how many we are and what we want to do. So there's a few things I can add to make it more that you get to see and experience a lot of the island too. And we have our own time and downtime. So it depends on that. So yeah, so that was the ideas, and I can tell you later about more or less what that would cost. And then Carol had some ideas too. So I was thinking, Carol was saying about if we want to do a crystal seed, we need to save up for it or do a fundraising for it. It's a charity. And we can all donate towards that too. But yeah, I'm going to hand over to Carol, and she can also express the ideas that she had just specifically. And obviously, I mean, I'll be doing ceremony and get us, like just tune into the theme and what we've experienced in Egypt, and do some honoring of the ancestors here on the land, and honoring of the land here. And then some of the ideas that Carol had. So I'm gonna just pass it to you, Carol.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a few things, when I was thinking about what it would be like to be together with however many of us, there winds up being. I think 5 days, and then the travel is on either side, it doesn't include travel days. I think that would be good. But again, it depends on what everyone's budgets are. Just sitting here, even though it's just 4 of us, and tuning into the group, and you just leading that little, orientation to each other, to ourselves, and the sound, I'm already transported back. I'm like, the frequencies, they're available, but I'm not tuning into them all the time, so just being with y'all really activates that. It feels like it's in my bones, it's alive in my bones. So that's just wonderful. So well, I just remember Sophia talking so much about the her birthing experience, her expertise with that. I thought, since it's the new year, that it would be nice to have some kind of birthing experience, either with her if she was going to join, or if you could lead that, or anyone. Kate doing her womb prayer was very powerful, I thought. So I just thought it was a good time of year to see how we want to bring our desires for the year forward, or just to connect with our own desires, which sometimes we're just so busy we don't do that. So I thought that would be nice. And especially since we're in water, we're surrounded by water there, that birthing experience is very much the womb. And so that's what I was just thinking about, if something like that can be created. Now, that might be too far out for some people, so that's okay. We don't have to do that. And then just generally letting something to discharge. You've been through a lot of intensity. I don't know everyone else's life, but it's been very intense this past 6 months. And I can imagine the next 6 months, like right now, we're in a very intense heat wave, and no one, and a lot of the country is, but no one up here, not no one, many people don't have air conditioning because we live in the high mountains, and you typically don't need it. So there's a lot of strain, just in the body. And so I just thought it would be nice as we welcome the new year to sort of let go of whatever we want to let go of, or allow what needs to be transformed in that time, so we can be ready for the new year and whatever it brings. And of course, I would love to plant a crystal seed there. It costs $1,200. And to do the Egypt seed, I did fundraise internally, and I can offer that again, just ask our group, the members of our group, and then anyone else in our group who wants to chip in. The members of the Crystal Earth Project. But usually we have enough to be able to do that. And so that would be nice to pick a sacred site that you feel is really powerful. What else did I talk about?
Okay.
I don't remember. I'm not looking at my email.
I'll pull it up. I have it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about Sophia, the womb, the crystal seed, the drum circle, but I just...
Oh, I love drum circles, and I figured I've been to the islands, and if there's like a Bermuda drum circle.
Jumbes. Well,
Nambe's. Oh my gosh,
Yes,
yes.
the gumbays. And we
Yes.
actually, where we live, St. David's, this side of the island, they're practicing all the time, so you hear them. But because if you coming, and also this is the timing, I assume everybody wants to be here over New Year when we had our pilgrimage. So there'll be festivities going on, and we'll see, I'll check the schedule, and then they do that, you know, they do have the gumbays with all the island festivals, and when they do, and you know, it's very much, it's sort of very ceremonial. I went to the powwow here. It was the first powwow in 5 years that they had, because the part of the island where I live is the Pequots. And that's actually, I have an idea of where to plant the seed, because to, you know, the Pequots, the honoring the Native Americans that was here, and they were kind of like outcasted. So a lot of tribes, especially from the Northeast, came here for this powwow. But what was interesting is, so I met some, you know, I've been like exploring, they've had some open houses with the Islam group here too, and I've just been going, learning more about their faith and stuff. And so there was like, some of their kids was in the regalia. So there was like some Islam sisters, then there was Christians, there was a pastor that was doing the opening prayer, then you had the Pequots, then you had the Gumbays. And the way he prayed, it was like such an honoring of all the faiths. Allah, you know, which is really all, it's all one in any case, which I just love that it is all one, you know, but God, Allah, Holy Spirit is like the Great Spirit, God. And yeah, so it's just, it was beautiful how they honored all of it. And then the Gumbays is sort of like a mix of, you know, the African traditions, as well as, you know, they make their masks, and it's all very ceremonial and symbolic, and they act out a play and so on. So yeah, it's just very has a lot of meaning to it, and if you feel it, it's like it gets you like in a trance. So yeah, I'm sure that'll be going on during that time, because there's a lot of festivities going on. And we close to St. George's, which is like the old town. It's like a really old town. And then you have Hamilton, which is like halfway of the island. It's like 25 minutes from here, which is kind of like the city where all the expats and all of the businesses and things are. So yeah.
Well, you know, I'm not necessarily, oh, go ahead, Christian.
Oh, sorry, I was jumping to the dates.
Yeah,
that
that's what I was going to say is, you know, if everything is already really expensive, isn't that like prime time? I wouldn't mind putting it into January, even just if by a few days, if it makes a difference.
It's actually
travel might be really challenging to get that at that time of year, you know.
Well, maybe ticket wise, it may be more expensive ticket wise, but not in Bermuda, because it's actually off season then. Because
oh really?
Yeah, it's we don't have, it's not hot, it's subtropical, so it's not like going to the Bahamas at Christmas time.
Oh,
so the weather is nice, but it's not hot.
Okay.
Like people coming from,
I prefer that.
yeah, it's not hot. It's like it will probably be like Christmas last year was nice, but it's cooler at night. The water has cooled down. It's not tropical. It's a subtropical climate. So actually they do get winter here, but it's like San Francisco winter. It's usually late January, February, beginning March is like San Francisco winter, which is like windy, rainy, and sort of like you feel it in your bones, because everything's tile and windows and things like that. But they have nice days where it warms up to 70, you know, 70. So it's like 70 Fahrenheit, sunny. I've come in February here and went into the water, but I go swimming in the North Atlantic in the winter. So But yeah, so it's nice weather, but it's not going to be hot. It's not going to be like going to the Bahamas. I just want it. So it's actually, it's off season. So all the hotels have discounts during that time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's less flights. So that's the only thing. There's less flights. So they don't have the Newark flight at that time. They only have they have JFK, they have coming from Boston or Atlanta.
What about Miami? Coming from Miami.
Florida and Atlanta. Yeah.
That's where I would, probably.
Yeah,
go into.
Florida and Atlanta. And then it's a 2-hour flight from there, from all the East Coast places. It's like 2 hours. So flights, depending on internationally, over that time, a lot of people are traveling. So flights may be a little bit more expensive, but on island, it's actually not more expensive. So, yeah. But I think flights will be more or less the same because it's peak season now. So it's actually expensive now. But yeah, just to put that in. So just to get back, I was obviously thinking everybody wants to get Christmas out of the way with their families and things. So it will probably be like from the 28th, 29th or the 29th, around there. I'm flexible. So you guys just tell me, we can look into that together. I'll have to look at obviously we want to have a weekend if it's 5 days. So I can look, let me pull up December. Yeah, so if 28th, then it's from the Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 28th, and then it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then 3rd, so everybody could like fly back 3rd or the 4th of January. So let's say from the 28th to the 3rd of January.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like, the Thursday to the Wednesday, more or less. People can just, depending on travel time and so on, but then we have that weekend and going into the New Year's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
Christiana, what did you want to say about the dates?
Oh, I just wanted to ask what dates you were thinking of. Just to think about it. And then Kathia, you're going to Egypt next in 2024, right?
Yeah, I'm going now in beginning November. So that's the week. I have a week pilgrimage. So I'm leaving. Well, it's going to be longer. Everybody wants a few days before and after, so it's going to be ending.
Which is the one that you're going to Siwa?
So that's next May. That's in May.
Okay.
Next year I have 3 pilgrimages lined up. So
Okay.
yeah, May, and then I have the family one in August.
Okay.
And then next, it's like desert and stars. We're going to do stargazing. It's like the white desert and stuff. Next fall, fall 2024.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, a few things planned. But I'll be back. I'll be back November. I'll be back for Zion's birthday. So I think I'll fly back on the 15th of November. So I'll be gone from the 1st to the 15th of November. So 2 weeks. Yeah. Well, I like all these ideas. So do you have any specific questions? So what I was working out, if we do those excursions, like a 5-day and plan some activities around it. Let me see, I want to make my notes here. Let me just pull that up. It would be like 3,000. And that will include like airport transport, the accommodation, and then the excursions as well. The activities and excursions too. And then because this is a food thing, so meaning you know, sort of like a self-catering, you know, so I was like thinking just some, you know, food too, but then obviously there can be a few times that we go out. So it depends also how many people is here and so forth, what we decide on doing. But
Catering mean you would order in food to be brought wherever we're staying? I
well,
don't.
because it's Airbnb, so having some things like made up, yeah, not catering per se, but yeah, made up. So because this girl that I was working, I'm gonna try. You know, I do 2 Ayurvedic cleanses with her a year, and I love her. And I before she used to make Ayurvedic food, and I would buy it from her. So we talked about that. I have a guy that's a juicer, so there'll be some health food, but I mean not like every meal. You know, I'm not planning every
Right,
meal. But I have some things that's like
right.
in bulk made up, so that you know,
Right, so
kitchen.
like a big tray of something will show, a big entree of
Yes,
something will
yes,
show up for everyone to, okay. Yep.
yes, something like that. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I was thinking. Yeah. And have some local dishes, you know, like the local chowder, the Bermuda chowder, and you know, they have the fish fry. I don't know if people, but the local Sid's fish fry, which is around the corner. Local delicacies. And then, yeah, but when one goes out for a meal, it's very expensive. You know, it's like, you know, it's easily $200 when you go out, depending on what you're ordering and eating and drinking, you know. So, yeah. So I don't know. I'm just putting it out there, and we'll give this, you know, have this out for the group too to see what they thinking. But do you have any questions? How do you feel into that? And, you know, and we can make it as big and as small as you like, meaning, you know, I just wanted to get a feel for what you were thinking of, how you would like this.
So that house that you're in now, when you say 8 people, is it 8 rooms? And we would, you know,
No, it's shared. It's actually just 3 rooms. So there's one with a double bed and 2 single beds. Then there's there's a king size bed, and then there's another room with a double bed. So yeah, it's three rooms. Yeah, 3 rooms.
so okay, so it could fit 8 people max.
8 people max, yes. And we'll have to share this in the one room, a double bed and 2 single beds. So depending on who wants to, I mean, I don't mind sharing. And again, I live so close by. So Heinz said he'll take the kids. So I have 2 more extra rooms in my house that has that's double beds. So, you know, whoever can't, depending on how many people are coming, you know, I can use my house too. So, and it's just, it looks out on this place like it's just a quick boat ride away.
Nice.
We'll be going there too, because it has beautiful views, and you know, it's nice to walk there, and you know. Yeah, so but
So I
Mhm.
just want, it sounds wonderful. I I will probably have to see if I can do it, but like later, because as you know, I'm going to Portugal. Then my brother had a wedding around that time in the Cayman Islands, which I don't think I'm going, but I'm still gonna have to send him, you know, a good amount of money for his wedding. So I might just have to wait and kind of see, like,
Sure.
you know, what I can figure out. Because I would also have to get childcare for the kid. Well, I don't know. They might be off of school at that time. That might, they still, I just have to see. I might be like
Sure.
a late,
Sign up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So what would your timing be, Katia, on, when you would want people to say, yeah, I'm in?
I mean, if I want to get this place, I just need to book it because there's people that, I mean, again, that's not like the biggest. I think he has bookings now until October. So I just at some point need to book it. And obviously, depending on people share the cost of this place. So it depends on how many people are going to go. Otherwise, the share would be just a larger share, meaning of
Right.
price to pay for it. But, or if it's just like, depending on how many people, so that's all I'm just saying. It's just more booking this place so it doesn't get booked out. Dates we want to go, and then depending on how many people go, obviously that will determine how much each person is paying. Because if I took it on 8, but we might not be 8, it might be working out a little bit more per person, but depending on who else is. Did Angela say she would want to come?
I think so. She said she was interested.
Yeah. So
she makes her own schedule now, so yeah, I would think so.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
And I think Deb sounded, I don't know, it sounded like Deb was interested. And I think Anna was interested too. She just couldn't make it. So just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, like 6. And again, there's so much here that we don't have to do. Like I can skip the boat excursion because we're going to be using a boat in any case, and maybe just do that half day, so you could see a little bit more of the rest of the island. And learn a little bit more of the history and stuff. I think that's well worth it. And we definitely have to do some Egyptian cooking. I don't know what you think of that.
Yes.
I like that idea. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'll let him make up a lot of food. We'll do it early on. He usually have Mondays off. So what is that?
Well, that is the first, actually.
Okay, the first. Or the Tuesday. He has Tuesday off too. Oh, but we want it beforehand. So I'll see. Maybe I can ask him if he could take another day off. And do that.
Right.
He's hiring new chefs from Egypt. So he's supporting people back home and getting visas for them to come here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'll check with him. And okay, so I just wanted to put it out there and feel into it. And so as far as timing, it's more just to, and again, I can cancel it. Meaning if we don't have enough people, but if I have a feeling like we could make it. So what are we in now? We now in
July.
Are we July already? Yeah, July.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah, so really sometime in August, I would say, because then it's October, November, December, and 3 months before. Yes, sometime in August, I would need to know.
Okay.
Like, just to make sure I can book this place, that it doesn't get booked out during that time. Because what a lot of people do is locally, they'll book it out for parties, They'll book it out for a New Year's party or something like that. So that's why I do want to secure it that other people can't book it.
So the space behind you, you're living there temporarily? Is that what's...
No, I lived here for the last year.
Oh, but then you're moving off island.
I'm moving to the main island now.
Main island.
Yeah. Because Hein and I'm separating, so we're both moving in 2 separate places.
Okay.
So we were like, this is a big. It has like 2 levels. It's like 3.5 acres of island.
Wow.
So it has 2 docks, 2 boats, you know, the jacuzzi has a jacuzzi outside. If this was during the day, I could like show you around. I'll send some photos in the follow-up email. I'll send some photos so people could see more of the space. And yeah, it has a big
It's
kitchen. Wait, I'll just.
too bad. It's too bad we can't have like some sort of like, I don't know, something there, like if people were to come,
Yeah.
like besides our 8, you know, if more people were able to stay there,
Yeah.
that would probably offset the cost a little bit more too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm gonna see if they're not busy. I can finagle the price, but I want to show you this. What does that look like? The first time I saw this.
Oh, that's
Oh,
like
the
the pyramid,
farm?
inside the pyramid.
That's inside the pyramid. Yeah, it has
Wow. Wow.
both sides. It has that.
Wow.
Wow.
And then you go, and some of my kids' stuff was just everywhere. And then here you go out like the, but it's, you know, it's all. Wait, I think
Oh, screened in there. Oh, it's a porch. Uh-huh.
Mm,
you know.
wow.
Nice.
So you know, it's you. It's like, and this is like the other. But we're packing up and stuff too. So things are, and we've moved some furniture out. This is like up to the other side. It's like, and it's like the whole place is like places to hike along the island like that. This goes down. All wooden path. All lit up.
Wow.
It's purely magic here. Oh, and when you see it's overcasted now, it's raining, but the you know, you
Star.
see shooting stars every night.
yeah.
It's like whole Milky Way.
Mhm.
It's beautiful. No, I'm gonna miss it here. I'm gonna miss it. You know, at midnight I go skinny dipping. I go swim in the bay naked.
Kathia, are there sharks there?
No sharks. No sharks. No. No sharks. We get the man of wars here, usually around the winter time. Or around that time, if it's windy, they'll blow in. So you just have to, but not here. That's if you go to other beaches. Oops, I just want to close up. I don't know why did this come here now? Okay, there. Yeah, so
Okay.
so you have a little feel for it, but I'll send some more photos. I mean, if it was during the day, it's like, oh, the colors of the water here. It's like every day you're just like, no, I'm really sad leaving this space. It's very, I mean, it's hard when it's windy and like sometimes with the boat, you know, coming here and the kids and like, you know, if you need to be somewhere but if you don't, it's just nice. It's nice for a vacation. So yeah, well, it's really great to see all of you, and I like the ideas. I'll follow up with the email, and anyone else can send some questions or ideas that they have. And yeah, obviously Sophia will take part. She was excited to take part for a retreat here, and you know, yeah, you'll meet some of the local people too. And actually, well, there's 2 definitely going in November from Bermuda, but there's 2 more that's looking into going now as well. So there'll probably be 4 going from Bermuda this November. So I'm sure they would want to meet all of you as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And just to your point, Carol, my theme for the next pilgrimage is Birth Your Power. And we're actually going to Hathor's temple at Dendera for the sun alignment at the Misi to the birth house. So going to be coming back from that alignment and energy initiation. And so, yeah, I'll definitely bring that to our ceremony here and share that energy and that experience. So that initiation. So yeah, that's definitely, it's been a very interesting year. Intense, but interesting. No words.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Well, it's really good seeing all of
Good.
you.
Well,
Okay.
thank you for, at least giving us an overview, and
Yeah.
let's see what others, what others' input is.
Yeah. And feel free to leave a video or a voice recording on the chat with any other questions or ideas, because that way we engage the other people too. And I don't think everyone always opens up their emails. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
All righty.
Okay, ladies.
Bye.
You have
Thank
a
you. Really great to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, bye, Carol. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Hey, Sonia.
You gonna stop the recording?
Oh yeah, let's stop. Let's stop. Wait.